Electric Fire Chapter 26, Once in a Dream.
Overnight, Shadow's wound had healed. When Maddie came in to take the old bandages off and replace them, she carefully unwrapped the old ones off the wound, but it was gone. She thought at first maybe his fur was blocking the wound, so she gently rubbed the fur away, trying to see where the wound was, but she still found nothing. She didn't wake Shadow, though. It was quite strange to her how fast the wound had healed, though this wasn't the first time for him to heal so fast. The bullets from the drones, though, compared to the weapon that shot him, the drone's bullets were smaller and didn't go in too deep. Maddie just tossed the old bandages in a garbage and walked out. A noise woke me up from sleep. It was a helicopter flying overhead or so I thought, but it wasn't. Something then jumped in through the window. A yellow ball landed right next to me. I thought Gunn had tossed it in, but then it uncurled. It was a yellow fox with two tails. Tails! I exclaimed. I then hugged him. He gladly returned the hug.
Good you're safe, Sonic. You had us worried. Kara, Roach, and Omega. Rove went to Gun to try and rescue you in Shadow, but she hasn't came back yet. I don't think she got captured. She's too smart for that. I mean, she did say she's to be a spy and a thief.
Shadow started to wake a bit as me and Tails spoke. We were definitely glad to see one another. Shadow got up with no problem. Then he noticed the bandages were gone, but also he took notice that he wasn't in any pain. Once Tails noticed he were awake, while he ran to Shadow.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I think so.
Tails then explained to Shadow that Rouge had gone to Gun to find out how to rescue us. I watched Shadow's reaction to the news. I sensed he was thinking on going back there to find Rouge, but we barely escaped with our lives from our escape from running into them back on the Ark.
Where's Omega at?
Back at Carl's. He's fine. Kara's there with him. I just wanted to see you guys. Carl got a text from Tom yesterday saying you two were back home.
I then looked at Shadow. We should go and rescue Rouge. I mean, she went in to get us. I don't want her getting experimented on like they had done to us. Shadow turned away and crossed his arms. He didn't face me at all.
I don't think they'd do that to her. I believe Gun are against us only. Rouge isn't exactly a threat to worry about. Besides, she's told me that she's gotten out of a lot of situations before.
Come on, Shadow. She went there for us. Shadow kept his back turned, arms crossed.
I know, but we both barely escaped the Ark with our lives. I don't want to lose anyone else. I'll go on my own to rescue her. Your life is more important than mine. You have a family. I don't. I lost the only one I ever had. I feel as though I'm stealing Tom and Maddie from you just by staying here. They're your family. They need you, not me. I'm going to Gun alone. I promise you that I will keep them off your back so you can have your freedom back. This might be your only chance on staying here on Earth.
But, Shadow.
Chaos Control!
I sighed after he was gone. I then looked at Tails. Tails, you're thinking what I'm thinking. Tails looked back at me with a confused look.
I believe so, but it's going to be dangerous. If we are going after Shadow to Gun, we may need some reinforcements.
I only nodded. There was no way I'd let Shadow go alone, no matter what. He was my friend. I couldn't just let him give up like this.
Shadow's point of view.
I made it outside of Gun headquarters. Cameras were everywhere. I had to move quickly, trying not to be spotted by them. I wasn't going down without a good fight. I felt kinda bad that I left Sonic back there, but I'd rather put myself in danger like this. No, if I got shot, I wouldn't. It seems that I was almost immortal. Somehow I know Gerald meant to create a being that could live forever, but maybe he never thought I'd be the creation that could. Well, here I am putting that theory to the test. If I am immortal, then I'd have to watch everything crash and burn as in all of life coming to an end while I'm still standing here. I never asked for any of this. Me being created was a huge mistake. I couldn't be a cure. I couldn't get Rudy to safety. And also, I'm a lousy excuse for an ultimate life form. I am only good at being a magnet for danger. Sonic was fine until I accidentally fell in through the window. There wasn't exactly any way in outside the Gun building. I couldn't exactly run up the building. Only way in was through the front door or have them come to me. If I got caught, there would be no way I'm getting to Rouge. The front doors at least were automatic. Just about anyone could enter, but there was a front desk right as you enter. Luckily, the desk was pretty tall and well, it was easy for me to crouch down. Also, there was a camera in the room. There was another door past the redemption desk, but there was also a vent. It was broken. To just my luck, I made a mad dash for it just as the camera moved toward me. Once in the vent and far from the room, I let out a sigh. It was hard to tell where it was from inside the vent. It was so cramped small. I only wanted to get Rouge out of this building before going to confront the commander. My own friends mattered more to me at the moment. I was the one who got us in this mess after all. Though if Rouge hadn't released me, well, none of this would have happened, but I made a promise and I'm going to keep it even if the world chooses to be against me. I'll fight like I always have no matter the odds. Sonic didn't call me the Edge Lord for nothing. This was a giant maze, but one thing is certain, she wasn't in the lab as far as I could tell. Nothing was in the lab. No one was there at the time. It was great timing to snoop around a bit just to make sure. It was quiet. It also looked the same as when me and Sonic were here, but there were empty syringes on the table. To be exact, one said Shadow's DNA, the other said Sonic's DNA. I figured it was our blood samples. I wondered why they were empty and also why they were laying around, but then a door opening spooked me. I quickly slipped under a desk to hide. I heard talking, but the door closed again. No one walked in. I used this time as a chance to go back into hiding in the vents. I went back to searching for Rouge only to get to dead end in the vents scene. This was as far as they went. This time I passed so many rooms but didn't find my friend in any of them. Where could she be? I wondered silently. I then headed back. Trying to not make a sound was very difficult in this situation. It was a possibility that Rouge escaped without getting caught, or maybe she ended up back at the prison where I escaped from. I neared the lab again, but something was tossed in with me. Someone must have heard me thumping around a bit, probably thought I were a rat or something. The vent started to get covered in what I believed to be some kind of gas or poison. The vent filled with a deep fog. I was left paralyzed as someone opened the vent as the fog cleared just as quickly as it was tossed in. I couldn't move. I remember being pulled out of the vent by someone in a lab coat. My vision was a blur. I blacked out. It was possible it was a sleep gas. I woke to some kind of a commotion outside. I was in a lab. Rouge was there, but she had a gun uniform on. Also, she held a large file in her arms. She just approached me. I was behind glass. Large cylinder tank at the time, similar to the one I was created in.
Sorry, Shadow. I couldn't get myself out of this when they gave me a jump. I couldn't refuse. Also, I read your file.
There was a small door in the tank. She slid something through it. My file. Oh, finally I can get answers. Rouge sighed a bit sadly before turning away.
I'm not supposed to be here, let alone show you the file. The others are busy right now. I mean, our friends are here, Sonic, Omega, Toes, even Tom and Maddie. You may want to tell them the truth, Shadow.
The truth? I didn't know what she was talking about. I guess the truth would only be found in this file she handed me. Maybe I missed something. The file stated that I had died a long time ago, but Gerald made a clone of the so-called ultimate life form, one that would put an end to mankind without question. This file stated that I were the clone. I was the one to follow Gerald's orders the last time I went to the Ark. The original me died a long time ago in a crash. Obviously that isn't true, just more lies from my long creator. I just looked up at Rouge. This file is all lies. The only truth in here is that I'm half black arm. I know what I told you before about Gerald. There was a time he was count once until I became a failure to him. Me Maria had an illness. I was supposed to be a carrier for her. Mina was supposed to be injected with the cure so she wouldn't have to stay on the Ark, but I wasn't able to. My life has been nothing but lies. The raid was caused by my own creator in hopes I'd be destroyed. I was given one task, and that was to get Maria to safety, but she died by a gunshot wound actually too. This file is full of lies, just trying to make me into some kind of monster. I'm the original Shadow, not a clone.
What makes you so sure you aren't a clone, Shadow?
Rouge asked. It seems she didn't believe me. If I were well, I wouldn't be questioning anything my creator did. I highly doubt there is a clone of me. So far, nothing Gerald said about me is true. I'm no ultimate life form. I am only a weapon. And I haven't exactly done anything to prove I am a danger aside from beat up some drones, though I did trash a lab once, also fought the soldiers as well. I don't wish to destroy this planet for revenge. I know Gerald wanted me to. I looked at the file and said nothing more before tossing it aside. Now I knew the truth as to why Gun were after me. I came here to rescue you, but seems you don't need saving. Now my question is if Sonic is safe. I mean, from Gun. I promised before I left that I'd make sure they'd leave him out of this mess. Rouge took a moment before speaking.
Well, for now, yes, they were mainly after you, but they are planning on keeping a watch on Sonic just to be sure he isn't a threat, though he did cause an electrical blast in his sleep that one time.